Hi, this is Chief Education Officer Bill Olson with just a brief update for you in terms of what's going on in the Merrimack School District. Filming this in the latter part of November, just before Thanksgiving, the week before Thanksgiving. It's a very, very busy time of the year. This is now a couple of months, 2 or 3 months into the school year. As hard as it is to believe, it is budget season. I mean, I guess when is it? Never budget season. But this is the time that we are putting the budget together, trying to get all the numbers to tie out in our various reporting formats that we'll be presenting to both the school board and the budget committee. This year, we're going to make the budget presentation a little bit more visual. In prior years, we've talked about changes, modifications, reductions, additions to budget from the prior year. This year, we're going to sort of change that up for both the budget committee and the school board. We will begin on December 2nd by presenting our fiscal 2026 budget to the school board. And we will be using this year about a 15 to 20 slide PowerPoint presentation with a lot of visual information. I find that people like graphs and visual representations of things far more than numbers in a tabular format. So we hope that you'll find it informative. We hope that the school board and the budget committee, when they have their meeting with us also later in the year and early next year, the budget committee that is, we hope that they'll find this new presentation format helpful. I think it's a little bit more comprehensive. We're going to include in there enrollment history, projections of enrollments, the enrollments over the last 6 or 7 years, some information on why enrollment trends move the way they do, what are some of the factors, the in-migration, out-migration factor. We'll be looking at cost indices. How have the prices of commodities and services that we utilize in this profession, how have they trended over the last 3, 5, 10, 15 years or so? Focusing mostly on the last 5 to 10 years. 20 years ago becomes a little bit irrelevant because things have changed so much. But we'll take a look at cost increases, the price indexing that has applied to school supplies and textbooks, in terms of transportation, services, furnishings, school-related furnishings. We'll also include some information on class size and student-teacher ratio, what the national average is and what the averages are in Merrimack. We'll talk a little bit about the Tennessee study, which took place many, many years ago, that indicated that there was some degree, certainly some degree of correlation between student academic success at the early grade levels and class size. And so we're going to present as comprehensive an overview as possible. And so I hope that both the school board and the budget committee find it informative and interesting, and I hope you do also. We have just completed a special education survey. We've had about 140 responses. I owe you an apology because in the letter that I sent out with the SPED survey, we sent it out to everyone because it was much easier to do that than try to extract out those students and families who are receiving special education services. What I should have said in my letter is, this survey is intended for those parents and guardians who have a child who is receiving special education services. So I appreciate the patience that some of you and many of you exhibited who do not have a child in special education and did let me know that. So my apologies to you. With that survey data, we are going to begin some training programs for parents. We just recently had a meeting about what we're hoping to accomplish with the parents the parents of children with special needs, but also we want to welcome other parents also whose children are perhaps not receiving special education services. We're going to start with a couple of different interactions and programs. There'll be Zoom, because a lot of people have indicated through the survey that they prefer Zoom instead of leaving their homes or leaving their places of work and coming to a location in the school district. It's easier for them if they're finishing up with supper, if it's in the evening hours, attending to their families, doing dishes. I mean, the things that all of us do on a daily basis, and also being able to participate in the meeting via Zoom or Google Meets. And so one of the things we discovered from COVID that was beneficial to us, and there weren't too many things that were beneficial coming out of COVID, but we learned new ways to utilize technology. We learned to take sort of the private sector model of video conferencing worldwide in nature and bring that to this profession. And it's actually worked out quite well. We also do some of our leadership team meetings via Zoom, because there are some times where I like to make sure that the administrators are in their schools, particularly in a time that we might have some heightened security issues in the area or the state, not necessarily specific to Merrimack, but we want to be overly cautious. And we want the administrators to be in the schools with their staff and with their students. So Zoom has helped very, very much in this profession in bringing about participation with respect to parent and staff participation and efficiency of meetings, saving on travel time, and it's worked out very, very well. So we're going to be offering some programs coming up in the not-too-distant future on the special education process for parents. It can be an overwhelming process and very complicated. Look, this is a program that has been around for decades, that is absolutely necessary, because educating every child is our moral imperative. Unlike some nations around the world that extract only the best and the brightest to educate, and others that kind of fall by the wayside, in this country we value everyone and we educate everyone to the best of our abilities. And sometimes it's easier than at other times, but that is our obligation, and we are very proud, along with every other school district in our nation, to be fulfilling those responsibilities. So we'll talk a little bit about the special education process, some of the paperwork, some of the timelines. We'll also talk about a topic that is very often expressed by parents, and that's executive functioning with their children, organizational skills. I'm just sort of summarizing it in a rather easy, uncomplicated manner. But that's a particular type of training that many, many people have asked for also. And so we're going to do about 4 or 5 trainings over the remaining part of the year. Perhaps we'll do some in person, but we're always interested in your feedback. If you haven't or you didn't provide answers or submit the survey, special education survey, please do. I mean, you still have time. We'll count your responses very importantly, because we want to have as much information as possible to provide you with as much help as possible. Well, once again, this is an annual congratulatory remark. I want to congratulate Dr. Sarah Campbell, Liz Dumais, 2 of our just outstanding staff at Merrimack High School, and the Granite State Challenge team from Merrimack. Recently, there were about 36 school districts, one of them being Merrimack, who competed in a competition at Merrimack High School a few weeks back. Of those 36, all 36 teams, in fact, took a kind of a rigorous 100-question test to see who would qualify, and proud to say that Merrimack High School once again has been and will be one of the 14 school districts that will be participating in the Granite State Challenge. So out of 36 school districts, 14 were selected. Very proud to say Merrimack one of those 14. The show will be taping in January, with the airing sometime in February and March. And I think you recall from years past, the Merrimack team has pretty much dominated this competition for a number of years, and we're very, very proud of them. That speaks to the work of our students. It speaks to the extraordinary work also of our staff, Sarah Campbell and Liz DeMay, the amount of work, which is extraordinary, that they put in with our Granite State Challenge team and its preparation. So we're looking for great things from them to occur. Ron Beck has informed me that, in fact, it's going to be this evening. You'll probably see this after this event actually takes place. The Merrimack High School Choir will be joining with the University of New Hampshire Chamber Singers in a concert at UNH this evening. We're very proud of our students. You know, the fine and performing arts are extraordinarily important. Oftentimes when people think of school systems and high schools in particular, they think of academics, but they think of sports first and foremost. Well, yes, sports is extraordinarily important, but so are the fine and performing arts. And those students work every bit as hard as our students in the most rigorous, challenging sports teams. And so we're very proud of them. Thank you to Ron and all of the participants. I'll have a follow-up report to you at a future program about what they experienced at that particular concert. The Merrimack Middle School Drama Club, under the direction of Becky Thompson, is presenting actually this weekend The Marvelous Adventures of Edward Tulane. The middle school has developed a wonderful, wonderful, robust feeder program in theater arts, and that's extraordinarily important for students as they transition into the high school. We've got great staff in place, great students, and this brings wonderful opportunities to provide entertainment to the community and to the surrounding area. Once again, can't tell you how proud I am of all of those students also. Talk about pride. We have at the high school one of the best tech education teachers of any school district, and that's Phil Carl. Phil is just a master at woodworking, and recently his students in tech ed have submitted pieces of work in woodworking, art, and ceramics at the Deerfield Fair. I'm proud to say that they won a number of ribbons, and I'm going to read you the students' names here so that you can properly recognize them. If you'll excuse me. We have Carter Anderson receiving a red ribbon, Jalen Cobb a blue ribbon, Leilani Sikowski-Cruz, blue and red ribbon, Patrick Donahue a red ribbon, Drew Flanders a blue and red ribbon, Cooper Lassier a blue ribbon, Spencer Robinson 6 blue, 2 red and white, 1 white ribbon. Just an extraordinary performance. Isaac Sennell a red ribbon, and Aurora Peretti Thompson a blue ribbon along with 2 red ribbons. And certainly those are signs of excellence. You know, I have pictures that hopefully we'll post on our website. In fact, you know, I'm looking at one right here, and the talent is just extraordinary. And Phil, you know, I've had a couple of conversations with Phil. You talk about a teacher who is passionate about what he does and passionate about working with students and their development. He has the preparation, he has the pride, he has the professionalism, he has the passion, the patience, the persistence, great personality, and he puts it all together in outstanding performance as an educator at Merrimack High School. I want to thank also Nicole Rolland for once again putting together a wonderful, wonderful Friendsgiving lunch at Merrimack High School this afternoon, earlier today. This filming is on Thursday, November 21st, 1 week before Thanksgiving. Nicole and the staff and students in her food service, her food program, put together on an annual basis a wonderful Thanksgiving lunch for the staff, students, for the administration. We enjoyed, turkey and stuffing and all of the other dishes that are as good as you'll find in the finest restaurants. And it was wonderful having a chance to sit at the same table with students and just talk with them about how they're doing in school, what some of their favorite courses are for those who are seniors, what they're hoping to do next year if they're going on to college, what college, and perhaps what they would like to pursue as a vocation in their life. And just a great, great opportunity. Thanksgiving is all about that. It's family, friends. It's all about being thankful, certainly, for what we have. And, it's a tough time of year as the holiday seasons, Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa approach. It's a very stressful season for many, many parents and families. If you're having some difficulties, please let your school administrator know and the guidance counselor know. Okay, we will do everything we can to try and help and make the season a little bit happier for you and a little bit more manageable. It's important that you let us know if anything represents a struggle in your life at this point in time. We'll see how we can best help. Well, with that, I'm going to go back to my office because the budget papers are stacked from floor to ceiling right now, and we're trying to sort through everything to make sure that we make a strong, positive, cohesive presentation to the school board, budget committee, and to you, because my philosophy has always been, I want you as taxpayers to know exactly what you're getting for the money invested. We all have a difficult time with taxes, particularly property taxes. And it's important for you to know what the return on investment is. Is it strong or is it not so strong? And my obligation, the obligation of the school board, budget committee, and all of our staff is to make sure that we're having a school system and conducting a school system that provides the best services possible to your child and a school district that you can be proud of. So with that, I wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. As I said, busy time. Stay in touch with us if you need to and want to. We're always willing to help, and I look forward to seeing you next time.